Welcome to our novel, Sons of Power. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already.
Distinguished from his peers, he exuded an air of destiny that foretold remarkable achievements. Karl, a prodigious genius, traversed a mental landscape so accelerated that the conventional rhythm of classes held little sway over him. His divine learning curve permitted him to sidestep the confines of traditional education. By the tender age of 8, he had already secured his inaugural university degree, an accomplishment that marked the commencement of his academic journey, encompassing the realms of engineering, finance, and computer science simultaneously. His profound understanding of our historical tapestry also set him apart. Hours upon hours were devoted to immersing himself in the annals of Richard I, the venerated emperor of Thessaly, as well as Kauri Alexandros, the inaugural emperor of Roman Polynesia. Such devotion fortified his grasp on our heritage and lineage. Within the court, Karl's presence commanded an innate respect. Senior figures within the imperial administration held him in the highest regard, a sentiment that inadvertently stirred discord within his older brother, Epaminondas, who started to grow jealous and envious of his remarkable sibling. Emperor Mahina was also a fan, allowing his junior grandson to often advise him on state matters. Karl's understanding of the world was worthy of a Corian Basileus, and in time, people started to ask his father if the empire would not be better with him as ruler instead of Lord Epaminondas. The response of Lord Makarios to these statements was the same. "I will be the next emperor, then I shall advise." As I ascended to the prestigious rank of Brigadier General within the Imperial Polynesian Marine Corps, a simmering feud between the Waika and Waka clans reached a point of no return. Lady Ada, driven by desperation, petitioned before the emperor, asserting that her son, Prince Kaha, deserved the title of Crown Prince by virtue of his status as the eldest son. She challenged the law that granted precedence to male heirs of the first marriage, alleging that Lord Richard, the previous emperor, had implemented this legislation and, as such, it could be rescinded. Lady Ada contended that Lord Mahina held the ultimate authority and could overturn this decree. Her plea, seen as a provocation, elicited a united front of disapproval from the Wahitawahé and Waika clans, who viewed her as a divisive and treacherous figure. In response, the emperor, in a public declaration, affirmed what had long been understood by all. This act of defiance isolated Lady Ada and her son, who, undeterred, tirelessly sought support from the noble houses with Polynesian roots. Kaya then embarked on independent initiatives, traversing the globe and engaging in diplomatic discourse with world leaders, as if he were the presumptive heir to the throne. Eventually, the emperor himself ordered him to cease his ambitions, recognizing the seeds of division he was sowing. Compounding the complexity of rivalry within the family, another set of relatives seemed incapable of harmonizing their differences. Indeed, Lord Constantine and his junior, Lord Karl Alexander, struggled to find common ground. The former perceived the latter as a potential rival. Karl, though only 8 years old at the time, garnered recognition as a capable leader at court, characterized by acute awareness and a unique ability to exercise command. His prowess in the Imperial Military Academy earned him the admiration of his mentors. Karl made efforts to present himself as a brother to Constantine, but his attempts yielded little fruit. Eventually, the brilliant prince gave in to the dynamics of rivalry, weary of always being the one to seek friendship and understanding. The Crown Prince endeavored to impart wisdom to his sons, ultimately recognizing that it might be beneficial for the empire if these two individuals distanced themselves for a time. Hence, it was decided that Lord Constantine would pursue his studies in the United States, while Lord Karl remained in Constantinopolis. In truth, Karl harbored no aspirations to ascend to the throne, for he perceived the role as encumbered with too many constraints. He championed freedom, the ability to make choices grounded in personal preference, rather than a sense of duty to the crown, as often accompanied the mantle of emperorship. He cherished the ability to travel anywhere he pleased, to choose his life partner, to confront those who disrespected him privately or even in the public sphere, or in his words, deal with the vexing pests who dared to provoke me. Karl was an extraordinary young man, and his brilliance had already left me in awe. I could only wish that I better prepared him for the impending trials, although the notion of such tragedy seemed unfathomable at the time.
In the next episode, a terrible incident marks the turning point in our story, an event that will have dramatic consequences in global politics. Thank you so much for your tremendous support lately. We hope to count you among our subscribers. Thus, if you have not done it already, we gladly invite you to subscribe to our channel to be updated on the evolution of our story. Looking forward to our next episode. Cheers.